be people who would be upset, but
and
yeah,
I also
we're
feel like Sheik Marth is one of these matchups where if you're not great at the matchup as the Marth, it's very easy for Sheik to make it look like a rough matchup.
One of those matchups that's ridiculously skewed at mid-level play, where your punishes aren't necessarily there and you're not capitalizing off of your throws.
Yeah. The punish thing I think is big. I think a lot of Marths drop the punishes on Marth because they don't quite, or sorry, other way around. Marths drop the punishes.
Well, PPMD was one of the first to, I feel, really corner the market on this Marth Sheik matchup because you never see M2K using his Marth against a Sheik.
Yeah,
very rarely,
really.
except for that plub set, which one in a million. Are you kidding me?
Worked out.
Yeah.
No, PB made it look easy, I think, in ways that most people didn't. All right, so PrettySwift17. Kind of just getting tossed around by Shroomed right now. I feel like there's a little there's some hesitance in his movement. He's kind of not recovering as maybe as.
Well, for many people in Texas, you got to realize this is probably the biggest stage that they've ever played on. This is probably our single biggest tournament in terms of entrance, certainly in terms of scale.
Everyone's here.
Yeah.
This is a huge tournament.
So when you're playing your Wave B round 1 pools match against Shroomed on stream, there's got to be a few more factors than you really think about at your local, where it's just you and 3 guys around a TV.
Right. So,
we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. A few first time on a big stream nerves. I get those too, but I've been through my fair share of fortes, so I feel like I have my lay of the land.
Well, Shroomed right now, he's making it look easy. It just seems like there's little moments where PrettySwift has to do something tight to sort of get in, and he's just not quite able to make it happen. Where Shroomed is really just
really bad double jump there. I'm not going to say bottom 10 double jumps of all time, but it's certainly in the category. It was considered, then thrown out by the judge, I would say.
No, that's definitely a Marth thing too. Like if you're looking to just sort of start succeeding as like a breaking out like the low mid tier of Marth players, I think one of the first things to look out for is how are you recovering and are you wasting your double jump? I think a lot of Marths are prone to that.
I mean, Marth, everybody calls everybody a glass cannon character in Melee, but Marth I feel is very, very apt in that regard.
He's a super glass cannon for sure. I think he's more so than sometimes even the Spaceys.
Getting some decent grabs here, but not really capitalizing on Marth's ability as one of the best sharking characters in the game, if not the best.
Yeah, and Sheik's propensity to get sharked.
Yeah,
right.
One of the worst characters coming down. Marth also in contention for that, so we'll see. I'm sure a lot of center stage holding from both players.
Yeah.
If PrettySwift can actually get it.
PrettySwift.
I'm going to say I might downgrade that to a kind of Swift based on how quickly I'm seeing him act out of his throws, but. Maybe he would need a very Swift to get that F throw tech chase.
Yeah. Okay.
Wave dash back. Okay.
I
don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's a
capital Q question mark.
That's a choice. Okay.
Crouch cancels the jab, but attacks the other way. Interesting.
Oh, Shroom's use of down tilt there.
Nice little scoop. Sets up Marth for a lot of stuff, and it's not very common. Probably the least commonly used Sheik tilt, I'd say. Up tilt is used as a very common get off and move.
Down tilt, yeah. I mean, you'd be doing it a disservice to call it. It's certainly a very good tilt. It's just that Sheik's forward tilt and up tilt are so good.
Yeah.
But no, you can low profile some Marth stuff with it. You kind of sneak under him. I really like the down tilt move against Marth, to be honest.
I think that's what makes Sheik one of the most interesting characters in Melee from a visual aesthetics point, is that she puts everything into her movement. So even though she doesn't have outright really cool looking moves like a Falcon or maybe a Marth, really elegant, but she's so much oomph and gusto in her movement. Really makes you wonder how they got animation like this back in 2001, back in HAL Labs. And
yeah.
Giving up center stage very willingly there, but obviously Shroomed had invincibility, so it's really tough to get anything started.
Yeah, PrettySwift dropping the up tilt on the platform gets a forward tilt instead.
Not capitalizing on the fact that Shroomed is tech behind on almost every single F throw so far, but if you're not going to punish it, obviously it continues to be a good option.
Oh, I thought he was just going to back air him. TBH.
We've seen the Marth spot dodge come out. Hanging out in the Z-axis for a little bit, and the weakest of back airs should seal up this game pretty quickly.
Yeah, he gets him.
What a snag!
Marth's spot dodge notoriously not one of the best.
No.
It's like most of the characters in the game have a certain speed to their spot dodge, and then Marth's is just slower, and then Falcon's is yet slower than that.
It honestly makes no sense who has good spot dodges and who doesn't.